I'd like to call this meeting of Ellis County Commission to order. All please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Clerk to call the roll.
Vice Chair Nathan Riker.
Here.
Commissioner Mike Burgess.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. I don't believe there's any change to the order of business. Prior minutes. Have you had a chance to look through those?
They're fine.
Okay. They look good to me too. Is there anybody in the public that wishes to speak that is not on the agenda? I'm sorry, I scrolled past. We have the consent agenda.
I'll move to approve consent agenda items A through G.
I will second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Consent agenda is approved. Now I'll move to the public. Is there anybody that has decided to come up now? Okay, moving on. Introduction of new employees. Jennifer?
Good morning, Jennifer Taylor, Ellis County HR Coordinator. And with me here today, I have Jaden Mead. He is a new hire as our field appraiser in our appraisers department. And then on this side, I have Maren Moody. She is our APRN at the health department, and she is one that you guys approved to bring on board as an employee, as she's been working for us for multiple years as a contract staff. So we welcome them. I also have 3 other employees that we hired within the last month. I have Keegan McCoy, he's a full-time jailer. I have Richard McKenna, full-time truck driver 2, and David Willman, a full-time heavy equipment operator out at Road and Bridge. So, thank you.
Welcome aboard. Thank you. Okay. Next, we have health office hours. Kim?
Good morning, Kim Real, Health Director. Before you today is the approval to change our hours at the Health Department. Over the last couple of years, the one thing that we have heard from the public is that they would like to see us potentially open our hours from the noon hours being 12 to 1. It's my understanding that a long time ago in previous years, we were open to the public during the lunch hour, and for whatever reason, those hours were changed. So we are proposing that we reduce our lunch hours as staff down to 30 minutes, open during the lunch hour, which would change our hours to being Monday through Thursday, 7 to 5:30, and then we would be closed on Fridays. Additionally to that, over the last couple of months or so, we have noticed that our business is incredibly slow on Fridays, which would warrant us to, again, change the hours. Are there any questions at all?
Do people call in ahead of time for an appointment, or is it a lot of walk-in?
Typically speaking, Mondays are our walk-in days. We do have a lot of traffic on those days. Tuesdays, Wednesdays are our WIC days. Thursdays are allergy days. So we do handle a lot of walk-ins, and yes, they are asked to make an appointment specifically if they want to see Maren for any type of physicals.
Okay. You see any, I mean, are you going to be able to track if people come on Fridays? If you're going to have recurring people come up on Fridays looking for it?
We haven't actually had that in several weeks, if not months at this point. I've been kind of tracking it since late spring, early summer. And specifically speaking, in the last 6 weeks, we've had less than 5 people come through our doors on a Friday and probably less than 10 phone calls. And the way that we run the health department is we stack it pretty large on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then it lightens out during the rest of the week, but we're getting ready to go into our busy season as well. So we would like the opportunity to not only take care of people from 7 to 8 in the morning, which is always a busy time for us, but over the lunch hour and then for an additional 30 minutes up until 5:30 at night. So,
Okay. That's going to coincide with a lot of other medical professional offices in the county.
correct. Correct. There are some offices that close at noon. There's some that aren't even open on Fridays. So we're just kind of following the lead to kind of what people are doing, but we're also one of the only clinics that's open at 7 o'clock in the morning to take care of people. You won't find a lot of clinics that are open at 7 in the morning.
Okay.
I don't have any questions. I
Okay.
think it works. So I'll move to approve the change of the health department hours to 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday and closed on Friday effective September 18th, 2023.
I will second that. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Motion carried. Thank you, Kim. Yeah.
I just wanted to say why we do have Maren here. I know she's not really new to us, but there was an article several months ago that I think some stuff that you do out at Fort Hays, but it recognized Maren's 50 years of service to our community as a nurse, so probably pretty close to 51 years by now since that's but I just wanted to recognize that and say thank you for the good job you do over there and always being she's always smiling every time I'm over there. She's always in a good mood, so I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have mini excavator purchase. Brendan?
Morning, Commissioners. Brendan McKay, Ellis County Public Works Director. So before you is the breakdown of the bids that we received for our mini excavator. We had 5 bids submitted from 5 different manufacturers. I would recommend that we go with the Saney option. It was the lowest price that met all of the minimum specifications we set. And in addition to that, it's also has the longest warranty of 5 years, 5,000 hours, compared to everyone else's 2-year, 2,000 hour. We left the warranty open on the bid specs just to make sure everyone could submit something, because some of those manufacturers don't offer extended warranties. So we didn't want to automatically exclude someone from the get-go. This one was a little bit bigger than the rest of the machines that were submitted, a little more room in the cab, which is going to be beneficial for the operators, and it comes with the addition of an extra bucket that was more than what we had asked for over specs.
I guess I had a nice discussion with you over prior to. I really don't have any extra questions other than, it's kind of a new name, more or less, in the area. Is that going to be an issue?
From the other counties that have purchased Saney equipment, they have had no issues. One turned theirs into a convertible, but driving it into an awning. They had it replaced in, I think it was a day or a day and a half. So taking off the entire cab, putting a whole new cab on was a day and a half for a day. Repair.
And State Tractor will be coming from where to service or support us?
So they are, you want to come up as well? So this is,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Justin Vasquez with State Tractor. So we service coming out of Kansas City, and in that warranty, travel time and mileage is included. And so we don't charge you to come. We service a very large area out of Kansas City, and in our Springfield area, our store services a very large area. We have customers same distance away. One of them, I think he called to verify the machine they own and stuff. But usually when we get a call, for as long as it takes us to drive, we're here. And so, and we've been timed by multiple other counties just to make sure of that. The one thing about the Saney 60, the SY60, knock on wood, we just haven't had any issues. So hopefully that continues, but service won't be an issue. We can also drop ship next day straight from the factory out of Peachtree City, Georgia. Drop it right here. If it's something simple and the guys need to do something real quick, we can. We allow them to use local vendors for filters if you want, and it doesn't void your warranty. So if somebody happens to be cheaper or whatnot, or you buy in bulk, because sometimes they offer programs where if you buy so many filters from them, they give you discounts around in local communities, and we have guys that are doing that too. So we allow a lot of different options for you that will not void warranty.
Okay, well, with our service individuals as a department, will we, if we have to work on something because you can't get here, will any of that void a warranty, or does that need to stay work?
No. Anything that would void a warranty would most likely have to be something very, very internal that would require tear down. If that were the case, that it was something that we deemed was a big issue, we will have an excavator with coming on another truck here right away to replace it.
Okay.
And that's one thing I'll talk to Brendan about. If something happens and you guys are like, we can't be down, we got to be going right now, we'll make arrangements to make sure you're going by having another machine here and whatnot. So it's been a blessing with our service department how well we're doing. Just so you know, last year around our Kansas City and Springfield locations, we sold over 400 excavators, and so we definitely are in the market, and Sandy's not going anywhere. I mean, they committed to Peachtree City, Georgia, where they're going to plan to build everything for the states here. So,
Okay.
I appreciate you guys allowing us to bid and everything as well. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Using ARPA funds, we're not replacing any equipment. This is new equipment. Will it then go on a plan to be replaced at some point? 5-year plan or 6 or 7 year plan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we know how many years? Would it be 5
5
years?
years. Most
Okay.
likely the
So
5-year
it'd be
period.
within the warranty. That's kind of where I'm getting at. With a
Yes,
5-year warranty, and if it goes on our plan of replacement, by the time the warranty's expiring, we'll be looking at hopefully a new. Okay.
And talking with the other, like he said, they haven't had many issues. I talked with a couple counties that have had them and run them for a few years. None of them have had major breakdowns. Like he said, knock on wood. One had an alternator go out. They went to Napa. It's a Yanmar engine, and got an alternator from Napa locally, just because they couldn't be down and they could turn around and go to Napa right away and get one. But no one has had those issues, and the ones that have gone from the smaller size, they've moved up to this 60 series and haven't looked back.
Okay.
And just for clarification, the first purchase here is an ARPA purchase, but on the 5-year plan, it'll go back into the capital ARPA
Yeah.
funds.
Right, yeah. We don't want ARPA funds again. I mean, they've been helpful, but we don't need to go through a pandemic again to get ARPA funds, so. But that's been kind of the ARPA funds, departments and previous commissioners have kind of allocated what they're going to use it for and things, so I don't really have any issues with that. But yeah, we'll have to replace it at some point. That makes sense. That'd be on a 5-year. If we got one of the other pieces of equipment, you need to replace in 5 years too, but warranty only covers 2 on everything else I see, so. So I guess that works for me. I move to approve PO number 7743 to State Tractor and Equipment Company for a 2023 mini excavator.
I'll second that. Those in favor say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you. You got me for the next one too.
Yep. Okay. Brennan, purchase of asphalt millings from US 183 Highway Mill and Overlay.
Yes, sir. So Venture Corporation, they did our mill and overlay of Shenshin Road while they were doing 183. They have 5,109 tons of millings left over from their project that they are willing to get rid of. They are giving rid of them at a discount to us if we purchase all of them at $8 a ton. Their local vendors, pricing I've got is $16.50 a ton and as high as $25 a ton. The time to take to move that would be about a week. With 6 trucks running, it would definitely be within the week if we had all 7 hauling this. It'd be used for our new building There's millings covering the road and the parking lots. And additionally, they'd also be used potentially in the future for our asphalt making. Currently, we use what the industry calls virgin aggregate, never been used before in asphalt. With the availability of those materials becoming harder and harder to get out here, and pricier, you can blend some of these millings in. These are going to be very high-quality millings because they weren't just chunked out with a loader like a lot of the millings that we have access to currently. They're finely ground and be able to slipped into the mix at a slim percentage at some point in time if we need to.
What does it currently cost us to produce a ton of millings ourselves?
To produce a ton of the asphalt millings, or like to produce a ton of asphalt that we put on the roadway?
Well, let's say the asphalt that we're producing to put on the roadway that we spend money on and had a bunch mixed up.
That is, mixing cost is around $15 a ton, and total material cost is just over $103.47 this past year for what we spent in materials, mixing costs, and oil.
And that's not moving it.
No.
That's just mixing it and putting it on a pile.
That's mixing. That's a contractor mixing the material.
Got it. So this would be a much more feasible deal.
$8 versus $103.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend putting this down directly as asphalt. You could. I don't think you get the strength or the last out of it.
Right.
But you can, even the state has allowances for how much RAP, recycled asphalt, and RAS, recycled asphalt shingles, they can have on their projects. Sometimes it's as low as, I haven't seen any that's gone above 30%. Wouldn't recommend we just jump to that. I'd like to have this as an option if we can't, for a year we can't find any material. We can filter some of this in to make up that gap.
Got it. Will any care be needed to store these for an extended period of time? Because they do have diesel fuel and oils mixed into them.
Not these ones. These are hot mix, so there would be no diesel fuel added in the oil on them.
Okay.
It would just be the regular hot mix asphalt oil that's in there on the millings that coats the chips. So there's no extra care needed to store them.
Okay.
We put it on the lot.
Do we have a deadline on when they need to be moved off that piece of property?
Yes, I believe that was in the agenda item. It'd be November 1st of 2023.
Okay.
That's when their lease is up, which only taking a week to haul. Once we're done with our asphalt sealing season, should be the end of this week, early next week. We'll be able to have a week in there that we can do this hauling.
Okay.
Especially with forecast of some rain coming up. If we get that rain and all my rural patrolmen are out maintaining their territories, I can't have the trucks hauling more rock to them while they're maintaining, because they need to be getting all of their roads. During that time, they can be hauling up there.
Okay. Well, I'll move to approve unless any other questions, Michael?
Works, no.
Okay. I'll move to approve PO 7742 for $40,872 to Venture Corporation for the purchase of asphalt millings.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay. Next, we have our tax foreclosure sale.
County Councilor Bill Jeter. Kansas statutes require that counties, at any time when for 3 years or more, there's delinquent properties with a total assessed value of $300,000 or more, or delinquent taxes of $10,000 or more, that the county initiate tax foreclosure proceedings against those properties. For a number of years now, the Treasurer's Office and myself have been doing tax foreclosures yearly anyway, whether that threshold is met or not. Keeps the numbers down, and I think it keeps taxes more current. This current year, we have delinquent taxes of almost $102,000 for those properties, so we're required to do a tax foreclosure anyway. I have in front of you Resolution R-23-19, which is the first step in the foreclosure process, and that is the commissioners direct me to begin that process. So I would ask that you consider approving Resolution R2319.
This is just follow-up, this is starting the process over.
We just finished
Completed.
one, yeah, in June, and it'll take us, looking at historically, how long it's taken, which we have a pretty good feel for now, because I think we've done like 5 years in a row. We'll probably end up in a sale sometime around June of next year. Most of the properties will get taken care of before then. In the meantime, they will pay the title preparation work to our 2 local abstracting offices, and they're paying interest and penalty on the delinquent taxes, so it's not a good thing to not pay your taxes, so.
Okay.
Well, I'll move to allow the county councilor to move forward with delinquent real estate tax proceedings.
I will second that. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Yes, moving on, we have administrator report.
I've got nothing this morning. I just had a message to pass along from Neil Younger. He just wanted to, as he normally does at the end of the meetings, wanted to thank the different people that were in the APLT 40 report for their volunteer services for the county. I think he said there was over 100 names, but he just wanted me to mention that since he wasn't here. That's all I got.
Okay. Commission reports? Michael?
Seems like 3 weeks I should have something. I really don't though. Keep it easy.
I'll agree. I've been talking with Brennan on a number of different issues with roads and such, so other than that, they're working on it. That's all I can say. So, okay. We have no executive session, so at 8:52 we'll adjourn.